Hi guys, what's up? Nice one. Good to see you. Wow. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the maiden edition of the Solutions Review Show. My name is Kafui Day, and here we fix things. On this show, we examine the solutions business drama and bouncing off that show to bring solutions to your businesses. The whole idea is to take your business from where it is to where it should be. We're not doing this alone, we're doing this with my guests and with you. Let's find out who they are.
My name is Eko Mensah. I currently manage the help station by Premium Bank, and I'm also the CEO of the African Network of Entrepreneurs. So essentially, the help station is a partnership between Premium Bank and the African Network of Entrepreneurs to handhold businesses and to equip them, provide them the support they need from various stages of their business to ensure that they are growing, and also to make them bankable so that Premium Bank would be able to work with them through the various stages. So essentially, that's what I do.
Okay.
So thank you, Kafui. My name is Ruth Bedu, and I'm the operations manager for MTN Mobile Money. MTN Mobile Money has become a Ghanaian household name. We're into anything that's got to do with money. We provide wallet services for payments, any solution at all that involves money to be moved across from one point to the other. You find MTN Mobile Money there.
Great. Thank you, Kafui. So my name is Chonam Klin Sakpelo. I chair the Association of Ghana Industries for Greater Accra, AGI. AGI, which is a leading voice of businesses in the country, always seeks to promote the interests of proper corporate governance.
All right, now it's over to you. You know what to do. I want you to plug into this show via voice and via text. Now let's watch a key scene from the Solutions business drama.
I just don't get it.
Baby, your eye for excellence just amazes me.
No, excellence for everything, my dear. Excellence. I have to get it.
I hear you.
I need a business plan.
Business plan? Yeah. For what? You want to plan a business in Ghana? Not lie.
Oh, me want that. What kind of negativity is that? Look, all the big companies you see today worldwide were like this some time ago. In fact, it is common sense. If you want to do anything well, you have to plan for it. Without a business plan, your business remains in your head.
Nah. Akure, what do you mean by putting people first?
You see, ensuring the growth, welfare and productivity of staff is very, very important and key. Not forgetting that we have the job of making sure that we put the client or the customer first.
Well said.
Okay, so now let's roll into the conversation. Who's going to take a first stab at the key takeaways? Probably I'll go with Eko, who seems to be nodding. Yeah, Eko, tell me, what do you take away from this?
Well, I think for the first time, I'm personally excited that we have an indigenous Ghanaian content on TV that talks about business, entrepreneurs, the struggles they go through, and the impact of a support system that works. You know, I like the fact that Solutions itself, the consultancy in itself is a business. And then we are seeing how the business was started, the fundamental things that were done, the registration, the tax and everything, and how the account was opened, of course at Premium Bank, and how they set up, and then they invited people. And I like that it's not just about, okay, you guys have problems as business people, so come to us and let's help you. They themselves had their business plan in place, they had their fundamentals properly done before they started inviting people, you know, to come over, which is something that I like. And I think there are lots of lessons that now entrepreneurs, businesses can just watch, and then, you know, even without necessarily going to anyone, they can help their businesses grow. And of course, I like the fact that Help Station is boldly represented, because that's what we stand for, to help businesses to grow. And I'm looking forward to the various episodes of the Solutions business drama series.
So what I take away from you is the fact that it's novel content which seeks to provide solutions.
Of course.
And help.
Business solutions.
Business solutions.
Business solutions.
Ruth, what did you glean from watching this first episode?
So my takeout was, this is really fantastic because we have a lot of businesses in Ghana here where people think that I'm just selling roasted corn or I'm just selling something small. So there's no need for me to pay attention to certain things. But if you look at it, there was all of these small businesses who really took critical look at what they were doing and realized that there was more that they could do. So for me, it's really important because we have a lot of small businesses in Ghana here that the focus is always on, I'm just selling something and then I go away. But there's more to it than that. And of course, I was also excited because all these small payments go through MTN Mobile Money. It's an exciting thing for us because we collect all these little pennies and things like that that sometimes you have to pay somebody across and you're not physically there. You can transfer the money to the person. So for me, it's something that's really exciting, and I look forward to the other episodes as well.
So what I take from you is that the fact that small businesses can also think big, like the big guys. You also need a business plan, whether you're a watch seller or a dressmaker. That's what excites you.
Absolutely,
apart from the mobile money bit.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Shonam, you're from the AGI, Association of Ghana Industries. What's your big takeout from this particular show?
Well, for me, it's been super exciting. Really miss feeling, miss back. A lot of things come across. Number one, I'll begin from the value system. So you recall that Kofi Ghana, the main character in the play, has had a background where the mom used to be selling.
Yep.
And so in each of the instances, the mom would typically show him about a value. And honesty and hard work stand tall. So you realize that, fast forward to his starting his own consultancy, these values, he allowed these values to be able to permeate through everything he's been doing. So I'm saying that as we are bringing up our children, it is very important that we instill these values into them.
Okay.
Now, number two is about customer service. Customer service, really, it's a big deal. Probably it's everything there is. Because it's one thing having a great product, it's another thing being able to sell the product.
Exactly.
And so you see that even from the consultancy to all the businesses they've consulted, it was very clear that the woman who sells the watch and who has a great customer service encounter and so on is able to do better than the woman with who has superstitious inklings.
So I'm curious, Ruth, what else struck you watching the first episode of Solutions?
For me, there were two key things. The first one was the paying attention to details. If you look at it carefully, Amagana was very interested in how their logos were presented on their bill, the signage at the front of their office, the interior, the decoration, I mean, the way they had set up the place and everything. And you notice that when Kokwi came in, she was blown away by the ambience of the place, and straight ahead she decided that, you know what, I'm going to do business with them. And so for me, that's something that's very key. The way our office space look and the way it feels, that it will be welcoming for people to want to do business with us or give us their money. And the second thing was hiring. It was so important for them to get it right the first time with the front desk. If you look at the attitude of the three people who came in there, it was clear that, you know, one person stood out, and they got it right because the front desk person is the face of the business. So once you get that one right, you're sure that, you know, your visitors will be received properly, and then the business will grow. So for me, the hiring bit is also very important for businesses. I mean, once you get the right people, you know that, you know, you'll be able to attract the right kind of people. So these were the two things that stood out for me.
Hiring the right people, very critical, and then the attention to detail, I feel you on that. Now, Echo, what else? What else did you take away from the first episode of Solutions?
Well, one of the things that got my interest was the fact that when Solutions was started, they didn't go beyond their immediate catchment area. They actually marketed to the people around them. Because most of the times our marketing budget goes way overboard because we want to show everybody that we have arrived. You know, we are doing all sorts of adverts and wasting money. But they just went around, probably dropped a flyer or two, and they got people coming in. You know, and that was very critical for me. When you start a business, depending on what kind of business or sector you're in, it's always good to look at who you can help in your immediate environment so that it reduces cost of operation and transport and all that. Now, the second thing for me was the power of partnerships. You know, fortunately, Kofi has the wife, and you could see that she's a very strong operational person. So she had the back office covered whilst Kofi went around, you know, talking to the clients. But one of the things that most entrepreneurs find it difficult is finding the right fit when it comes to partnership. Kofi is a lucky person, and I like the blend of romance and, so they don't lose much. Sometimes when you're working with your spouse, you spend all the time with the spouse, and then eventually, depending on the stage of your business, you might probably just be fixed on business and no romance. So I like the romantic parts, or it spices the business, and it makes the frustrations and tension and everything, worth the pursuit.
Nice
so
one.
I like those two.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So power of partnerships and thinking big but starting small, looking in your
Exactly.
into your immediate environment.
Exactly.
Chonam, don't tell me they've said everything.
No, certainly not. I mean, it's a huge program, and it seeks to really unravel a lot of things. One of the things I want to highlight, it's about one of the key qualities of an entrepreneur, which is the power to identify potential and talent. If you're able to figure that out rightly, being able to figure out who to hire and not to hire, you're way ahead of the game.
And you saw that in the first episode.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Where?
they were hiring the receptionist. I thought that the woman was great. I'm a Ghana, because she was like, you know what? I've already seen the person. And I thought that was great for an entrepreneur of that caliber. So that takes me to the next point, which is about spouses working together, married people working together. I've seen a lot of them, very few successful, and many of them failed. I think what is important is being able to isolate what is professional and what is personal.
Indeed.
And so once you can clearly define the line, at the same time, always remember that you guys are together and so on, I think you can go very, very far in your business.
Wow, rich insights from my guests who are all specialists in their own right. And listen, over to you. What do you think? Click away, give us feedback. We want to hear from you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wabandene.
After examining your financial statement and now the actual operations, looks very good. You're generating a lot of revenue. But Mr. Mensah, your operational costs are way too high. If you cut down on your running cost, you are sure to have a profitable business.
Well, cut the cost how? Even my staff are barely my required number. And please, I cannot compromise on the quality of the ingredients.
I understand, but we shall examine every part of your production factors and also your cost centers. We'll even consider your pricings in order to come up with a solution. But one thing stands out though. You need long-term funds, Mr. Mensah. You are paying way too much on interest rates.
Fantastic. The thing is, I need to buy the ingredients when my orders come in. No, established.
Yes, but we have to leverage on your potential profitability by using that to raise a capital.
So how? When?
By making our case through a business plan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in that way, you're not only open to debt, but also equity and even grants. Look, we have all that we need. All we have to do is to put it together. Then what's the money?
Okay.
Wow. Episode 1 was just packed. It's amazing how one episode can teach you so many things. Values, the power of partnership, attention to detail, and the like. Whew. And now to what we just saw. The shito maker going to help station, looking for solutions. Echo, what did you glean from this one?
Well, I'm excited, especially with the episode 2. And I like the fact that from the episode 1, we could see indigenous businesses like the watches seller, the lady that, the fashion designer and all that. And in episode 2, we are seeing more of a business that has been in existence for a while, even with clients abroad and all that, Mr. Mensah, the shito seller. And the fact that even though he was doing serious business, Kofi was able to identify some of the flaws in the business. And one thing I liked about him, which we face most of the time, is when people who have been in business for a long time, you point out some things to them, they are quite defensive. But at least Mr. Mensah wasn't as defensive as I was thinking he would be, and that he took a lot of the insights that Kofi shared with him. And I like the fact that he eventually ended up at my units in Premium Bank, which is the help station. Essentially, what the help station does is to support SMEs like Mr. Mensah's business to identify the potential for growth and where we can come in to support with the finance for him to go to the next level. And I like one thing that he was also doing, identify the potentials of the people that he works with. And a lot of the time, SMEs are not, friendly to employees that have such ideas. And I like what he said. He's partnering him, even though he was an employee and he was paying salary, he's still partnering him to come up with a ginger drink, which, Kofi enjoyed very much. And I like the partnership between Kofi being a business consultant and Mr. Mensah being an entrepreneur. And finally, I like the fact that he came to Help Station and we gave the opportunity to present. And I can assure you that look out for Mr. Mensah's business. With the Help Station and Premium Bank and all the packages that we have, there is no way that business is not going to do well. No way at all.
Thank you very much, Ako. I'm sure there are a lot of Mr. Mensah's established businesses who can also get help from Help Station and business advisory services. Chonam,
Hey, man.
yes, what do you take out from episode 2?
Yeah, always interesting as usual. To begin with, it's about stages in the life of a business. So you have an idea, you begin to work on the idea, you set up a business, but you have to grow. Growing requires that you have systems in place. And so my view is that Mr. Mensah is at that stage where he needs to grow. Now, it is important to understand the concept of design thinking. What it means is that when he goes to the Help Station, there are different checklists he needs to check. And it is important that as you grow in your business, you ensure that you have this checklist, business plan, putting structures and systems in place, organizational hierarchy, and also about financials. Because in growing, you need to attract money. And so you need to clearly talk about your profitability and your revenue. And I think another important point, it's also about the readiness for Mr. Mensah to accept the advice. There are a lot of people who are very arrogant because to them they've made it. And so there's an amount of humility that has to be displayed significantly to know that somebody else knows more than you do, and to accept and to prepare to dialogue in order to grow your business. And I think overall, if these principles are taken very seriously, a lot of companies will grow.
Thank you very much, Chonam. So from what he said, I take away 2 takeaways. Okay, so the first one is get rid of the who are you mentality. If you're an established businessman, you can still get help from people who are there to help you. And the second is that you've got to recognize the stage in which your business is and then make sure that you get the right thinking in place to grow your business. So we went out to town to sample the views of people who had watched the show. Take a listen to what they said. Rich, huh? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Back to my resourceful guests in the studio.
Well, yeah, so I feel that it is important to highlight one key ingredient to have a successful business. That is technology.
Okay.
So you see that we've gotten to that stage in the world where you cannot be successful without connected devices. And so it is important to highlight the role of technology in growing business. Any business, either tabletop or huge business. I would like to mention that we have cheaper means of advertisement using technology, like social media, business social media, not for the one for the fun. And so it is important to integrate that in your business. Then as you move on the journey, you need to have systems like softwares that allow you to manage every aspect of the business. And so I'm a technology entrepreneur in my profession, and I do that for a lot of businesses, and I'm happy to advise anybody as well in having that happen. But what is important is that identify a technology service provider and then contact the person for solutions in that regard.
Fantastic. And I do remember one of the characters in the drama talking about how she was getting business from using social media. So
exactly.
Yeah. And I see you nodding, Ruth. Anything to add to it or anything new you want to tell us about before?
Okay, so it's interesting he spoke about technology, because for me, it's very important as businesses to be able to find a good technology to collect your payments, because when you, at the end of the day, you're in business for money. So if you don't have a robust solution to collect the funds that you accrue from your business, then you really have no business. So that's where, again, I say MTN Mobile Money comes in. We are interested in any form of payment, from Wache seller to Cocoa seller to anything at all. It can be small or big, and we're interested in it. And the key takeouts from the entire episodes we've just watched, number one, Amagana said something to Mama Sweets. What's the other name again?
Mama Kande.
Mama Kande, yes, Mama Kande.
Yes.
So she said that you remember what I told you about not gifting your capital? It's a mistake a lot of people make in Ghana. Oh, this person is my cousin, this person is my brother, so I come there and then I use the service for free. You are in it to make business. So, I mean, to make money out of the business. Exactly. So it's a big lesson that I'll keep with me. Don't gift your capital. Whatever you're doing, whether it's selling little things or whatever it is, the passion behind the dream is what makes the difference, and it will help propel you to the next level. So these were the two key takeouts for me. I
like what you said at the end, because I do remember Kofi saying that, look, you've got to have confidence in your own brand and live it and be passionate about it. So great point there. Echo, I see you smiling and nodding. You're feeling the conversation.
Well, yeah, I like your point about not gifting your capital, but I like what Mama Sweets or Mama Kande said. This is an investment, because I know that you'll be giving me business advice that is seeing the transformation of my business. So I'm actually investing this. It means that she knows the value of the gift she's giving, and then she's actually calculated it and probably would take it away from the consultancy fees, which was exciting for me. But I like solutions, because it is portraying exactly what Help Station does through Premium Bank. And this is happening. You know, we are your partner through the various stages of your business. And you can see it being exhibited in the series. And throughout all the episodes that we have watched, I'm excited, because remember when the fashion designer and the friend went to the solutions office, they gave them a sheet to fill. And that's, for us, is called the needs assessment sheet. That helps us to know the state of your business and what your dream is for your business, what you think your needs are, and how we can come in to help. And that's very essential. Now, beyond that, we take you through the various stages that you've gone through and how we can hold your hand. Because most entrepreneurs are by themselves business managers. But the fact that you have an idea and you probably have put in some capital does not qualify you to run the business. Now, in coming in contact with Help Station, we help you be a better business manager. Because entrepreneurial traits are already there, and that's why you've already started a business. But there's a model to running a business that you can only find in working in close partnership with a business partner like the Help Station. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to see the next episode. It's going to be exciting. Now, for any business out there that is watching the solution, that is what we do. So just feel free, come to any branch of Premium Bank, and we'll be able to help you through the stage of your business.
Right, so my powerful business panel has spoken. What do you say? Send us your thoughts right now. So the Italians say finito. Right here in Ghana, we say agbena. I learned about the value of partnerships, attention to detail, values, knowing where you are in your business, hiring the right people. What did you learn? See you later. Solutions,